and welcome to this week's video. So this week's video kind of comes with a little bit of a story. So last week I decided to make an angel food cake from scratch, which I had never done before. And to make an angel food cake, you only use egg whites and you use like 10 of them. So then I had 10 egg yolks and nothing to do with them, and I didn't want to just waste them. So I was trying to come up with something I could do to use those egg yolks, and I thought, what better to do than make a lemon curd, because I knew that that used just egg yolks. So I decided that I was going to make a fancy cupcake. So today we are going to learn to make Blackberry Lemon Curd Cupcakes. For this recipe, you're going to need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1½ cup of granulated sugar, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter, 5 egg yolks, 1 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, half a teaspoon of vanilla, and blackberries. Be sure to set aside 24 blackberries to go on top of your cake, and the rest will go into the cake. For your lemon curd filling, you're going to need 5 egg yolks, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 a cup of lemon juice, half a cup of butter in cubes, and a lemon for zesting. First step is going to be to cream together your butter and sugar until smooth. Next, you're going to add your eggs. Next, you're going to add your half teaspoon of vanilla and your tablespoon of lemon juice. Next, you're going to sift in your dry ingredients. That's your flour, your baking powder, and your baking soda. Slowly add your milk as you're mixing the flour into the mixture.
And make a mess in the process.
Finally, you've counted out 24 blackberries to go on top of your cupcakes. Take the remainder of the blackberries and chop them into smaller pieces, and then you're going to stir them in using a spatula. If you try and mix them with your mixer, it will crush them up, and then there will be too much liquid in your cake. So you have to just stir them with your spatula into your batter. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees and line your baking pan with cupcake liners. You can use 2 dozen cupcake pans or 1 2 dozen cupcake pans. I have a lovely 2 dozen one, so I can make them all at the same time.
Because we don't skimp on cupcakes.
I have a cupcake scoop. If you don't have a cupcake scoop, that's okay. You want to fill your cupcake liners about 3/4 of the way full, or just 1 scoop. Once the oven is preheated, you're going to put them in and bake them for about 17 minutes. To make your curd, you're going to put your sugar, lemon juice, and eggs into a pot. Whisk these together over medium heat until well blended and smooth. Once your egg, sugar, and lemon juice is well combined, add your cubes of butter and lemon zest. Now you're going to stir constantly until the curd is thick and coats the back of your spoon. Once your curd is thickened, remove it from the heat and allow it to cool completely. You can check that your cupcakes are done. I always use the press method, where you touch it and if it bounces back, then they're finished. You can also use a toothpick and stick it in, and if it comes out clean, you know that they're done. So once your cupcakes are finished baking, pull them out of the oven and let them cool completely. So while everything is cooling, now is a great time to make our frosting. We're going to do a cream cheese frosting on top of these cupcakes. So you'll of course need some cream cheese. I just used 1 8-ounce block. Next, you're going to add 1 stick of butter and then cream the cream cheese and the butter together. Next, I'm going to add just a little bit of vanilla. You can measure it if you want, probably about a teaspoon, or you can just add as much as you like for flavoring. And then you're going to do about 6 cups of powdered sugar. Cream that together. This should be a pretty good consistency just because of the softness of the cream cheese. But if it's too thick, you can add milk, or if it's too thin, you can add more powdered sugar until you reach the desired consistency. Now I want to color my frosting with purple, but I don't want it to be completely purple. I just want it to have streaks of purple throughout. So there is one method where you paint a stripe or 2 of food coloring up your pastry bag before piping, but since I'm going to be using a big tip and there's a lot of cupcakes, that would really only work for my first bag of frosting, so it's not super practical. So I'm just going to add the purple food coloring in little spots into my icing, and then I'm going to mix it by hand so that there's little streaks. Now your lemon curd should be nice and thick and set up, and there are 2 ways you can fill a cupcake. You can either get a coring mechanism and take the center of the cupcake out and then spoon your filling in, but since we have large chunks of blackberry in the cupcake and I don't want to pull any of those out, we're going to do this other method. So I have a large round tip that I have put into a piping bag, and I'm going to spoon my curd into this. And now you just take your cupcake and you push the tip into the cupcake and then squeeze the curd into the center. Now it's time to frost. So I have here a piping bag with a large star tip. I'm just going to use to swirl the frosting on top. I always like to start from the outside and swirl in, because then when it peaks in the center instead of on the side. Once your cupcakes are frosted, you don't have to do this step, but this is a preference that I have. I'm going to grind sea salt over the top of them. I find that sea salt helps to bring out the flavor a little bit better. This is New Zealand sea salt, because I'm a snob. I love all things from New Zealand. And finally, take those 24 blackberries that you saved and just stick them right on top of your cupcake. So there you have it. There is our lemon blackberry cupcakes. You want to try it, honey?
I do. It looks so delicious.
Hopefully it tastes good.
Oh, I have no doubt that it will. Oh, I see that blackberry on the inside. See that? Looks so good. Okay, first bite, here we go. Oh yeah. Like, yeah. Oh, babe, those are to die for.
Oh, good.
I'll eat this whole thing now.
Okay. Well guys, thanks for joining me this week on our tutorial on how to make lemon blackberry cupcakes. If you make them, let me know how they turn out in the comments. Hopefully this was fun for you, and I will see you next week.